All righty. Oh, it's starting to rain.
Recording in progress.
All righty. Shalom, shalom, or should I say shalom, shalom, shalom? Also, should I say greetings, 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 family, friends, and the world. This is Mikael Eric Harris, better known as the Juice, also known as the Alkaline Water Guy. How is everyone doing on this beautiful night? This is the night after Monday, after the day of Monday, as the world calls it. But this is actually night after Monday, which we call Mikael's Knowledge of Truth. Today was April 13th, 2026. April 13th, 2026. Like I said, greetings to everybody. Hopefully everybody had a great day. And welcome to Mikael's Knowledge of Truth. First off, we're going to start with a prayer. And the conversation we're going to have tonight is the ones who Yah loves. And the title is Yah Chastise those he loves. Yah chastise those he loves. Or the Creator, the Almighty, a lot of the world say God, chastise those he loves. So start off with a prayer. After the prayer, we get started with the conversation for the night. And this is Mikael's Knowledge of Truth. Blessed be thou, Father of the universe, that bring forth all living creatures forth from the earth. Blessed be thou, Father of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Blessed be the Father of Israel. Blessed be the Father to our tribe of Israel. Thank you, Father, for all you've done, been doing, and plan to do. We ask you to keep giving us wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, life, health, and strength, food, shelter, and clothing. Let us be happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, and prosperous in all that we do. We ask you to keep leading and guiding us so we can help lead and guide others in your knowledge, your word, your ruach, and your way. We ask you to keep your arm protection around us and let us keep your way in every way as well. Father, we also ask you to forgive us of any sins we have done, our ancestors and our forefathers may have done in your eyes that have by going against your law, and the things that we have done by going against your law as well. We ask you to forgive us and let us turn back to you as we search and seek your commandments and your words and your way. We also, Father, ask you to allow us to understand and understand your main verse, your main chapter, which is Deuteronomy 28, showing us the blessings by your voice from 1 through 14, and also the curses by your voice, spoken through Moses from verse 15 through 68 in Deuteronomy chapter 28. Let us understand these things and let us see why we're in the position we're in today, that we may come out of these things. We ask you to help us in every way, whether it's physical, mental, emotional, financial, and spiritual. Also, we ask you to allow us to retain the knowledge that you give us in our minds and in our brains. We thank you for all you've done, been doing, and plan to do. In your holy word and spirit we pray. Hallelujah. 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 Thank you, Father. Praise you, Almighty. All right. Greetings, 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 family, friends, and the world. Again, this is Mikael Eric Harris, better known as the Juice, also known as the Alkaline Water Guy. And here tonight, we're going to speak on Yah chastise those he loves. And the reason I got on this, or this came to me, actually, it was something that I was having, me and my wife was having a conversation with some of what we consider friends. We have friends of ours. They're in our classes, right? That we're going to be having tomorrow morning and tomorrow night. We was having a conversation, and some things came up about things that has happened where certain individuals have, and not only just here, but it happened many times throughout life. And a lot of people don't understand when the Creator when the Creator, Almighty Yah, have His hands on you, it's for a reason, because either you're covered, you're promised from a last life, or you're promised in this life to do something that He has you to do. But for those who are covered and those who is under His protection, that don't know it and may be running away from His protection, or the things that He's trying to get them to understand. All right. I got a few testimonies and examples behind that as well. People that may have been running from Him, you're right. And you're His called, or you're His chosen. You may not know it, but then a lot of people may know it. All right. But the point is, Yah chastises those he loves. That means if he loves you and you're going through hell, you're getting chastised until you straighten up. So you got to understand, just let it be known. You got to understand, no man that loves his child wants to chastise him unless he's doing something wrong and he has to be straightened out. Fathers that love their children, parents, let me just say it like that. Parents that love their children will chastise them. And a lot of them feel guilty when they don't chastise them because they need to be chastised. The book even says, raise up a child in the way it should go, and that's in Proverbs, and it should not depart from them. And also, spare the rod, spoil the child. You know what I'm saying? So the Creator don't even spare the rod, but a lot of times people don't even know what they're going through. Or they think, man, I'm going through this, I'm going through that. It's something you're supposed to be doing. The Creator trying to get your attention. A lot of people out here trying to follow friends they're not supposed to be with. A lot of people have went to jail behind friends they weren't supposed to be with. Lost a lot of time in their life. And you know what? That just hit me. I've been hearing stories in the time past, and some just hit me on that subject right there as we're talking. It's been people that's been caught, okay, like, you know, robbers, murderers, or what have you, right? They may have gotten an innocent bystander. I'm saying they're innocent, but the person went with them. They weren't even supposed to be going with them. They weren't even supposed to be with the guy because they know that they know what type of people they are. So why are you around them? The people end up getting off. That's the bad guys, they put it like that. The one that wasn't supposed to be amongst them end up probably going to jail, getting prison time or something like that. And they say, this is first offense. That might have been, see, the Creator chastised you, but he's also protecting you because you could have been out on the street and you could have got wiped out, killed, murdered, whatever. If that time in jail had not saved you for whatever was going on. That's one thing. But yet still going there through the situation and what happened to you should have made a person think, man, I shouldn't have been with this person. And you're going to think that. See, a lot of times we don't know the things we go through is for a purpose. It may seem bad, it may seem good. But I know if people feel like, well, I've been in jail all these years, you could have been dead, you could have been in the ground. See what I'm saying? A lot of things happen and people don't realize why they're happening, but they're supposed to thank the Creator for everything that happens in the earth and everything that happens for and with them because the Creator has blocked them, protected them, set them aside because you're still breathing. But it all depends on your life. If you have learned from what you went through, you should, because a lot of time when you go through one thing, sometimes the second time it's harsher. It's harder than it was the first time. And a lot of y'all know what I'm talking about. A lot of y'all know exactly, because y'all know somebody that this didn't happen to. Y'all have probably seen someone if you ain't been through it. So it's a lot of times that people go through things and they don't even realize why they going through it. Sometimes they do realize why they're going through it because they was in the wrong, they say the wrong place at the wrong time. That means you shouldn't have been there. And when you think about it, when you sit back and say, I've done it, and not that I did anything wrong, just contemplating on my life and sit back and look, and then you can start to see the guideline. You see the timeline. You say, okay, if I hadn't made this move, where would I be? If I hadn't done this, or had just thinking on your life. A lot of people don't even think about it. A lot of people's mind ain't even there. And that's the sad part about it. A lot of people don't even think on the things that could prolong their life or think on the things that can help them move in a different way. When I went to Germany. Now, if I didn't go to Germany, I don't know where I would be right now. That's the first step. If I hadn't went to Germany, I don't know where I would be because I don't know what could have happened. Dealing with who I was dealing with at the time. Going through the things I was going through with at the time. I don't know where I would be right now. One thing in my mind, I think I'll either be in jail or maybe under the in a grave somewhere. Could be. But Germany put me on a whole different trip. Just by me going to Germany, I'm on the road right now because I went to Germany. Know what I'm saying? That was a whole different lifestyle. I got changed. The whole thing, I'm not the same person I was before I left. You know what I'm saying? Even though we all grow up, some people stay the same when they're around the same people. Some people stay the same. Some people get worse. Some people get better. There's a lot of times, there's certain things that I could have did that could have made my life turn a whole different way. And I thank the Father that he sought me good enough to save my life from certain situations that has happened. Many things that happened when I was in Detroit before I went to Germany. So I'm just telling you, and not only with me, my wife. When his father got her to stop going to church, she was dedicated, but he stopped her from going to church. She didn't know. She thought it was a quote-unquote devil. And she stopped going 2 years until I came along, and I started giving her understanding about certain things that she didn't know. So the Creator, a lot of people don't know why or where they are. Some could be a punishment. Some of the things people could have done, and I'm not pointing no fingers or nothing like that, just a thought came in my mind. Some people could have done things for so long, and then the Father got fed up. Now you're going to get punished behind it. He been trying to call you, and that's another thing I went through. Another specific, and I could see it. I wasn't saying he was, because I was always there. I was with him, but it was something it was a person I was with that I wasn't supposed to be with, but I couldn't understand why, because I left one person because, quote unquote, of a skin color. I left, and then the other person I was supposed to leave, but she was the same skin color. That's all we knew. But it's the mindset. You see what I'm saying? Both of them was good women, as far as I'm concerned, just as good people. But the mindset towards the Creator. See, and that's the whole thing. Once you start understanding this, the mindset, the way we start moving and running and talking and dealing with different people. See, like a lot of people I'm just talking about right now, if a person that has the mindset to not do, if he's not a robber, he's not a murderer, he's not a thief, but you're hanging with him, you're going to get what they got, but they may get off. And that I done heard that plenty of times. I know y'all have too. Heard the same thing happening. So, and I'm just kind of ranting on that because, like I said, we was talking to a couple of friends earlier. Me and my wife was talking to a few friends earlier on the phone, and I was talking about how certain things has happened to certain people. I'm just going to say that. I'm not going to put no names out there. Certain things has actually happened to certain people, right? I'm just going to say, I meet a lot of people. I talk to a lot of people, and I know a lot of people, right? Many have come my way. When I say my way, they've come on not even just the platform. I just know a lot of people that I try to guide them in a certain way, right? Try to guide them. It's a person to do what they want to do. But a lot of people turn their back. And when I say that, I'm going to use this as an example. I want y'all to hear me. I'm going to use this as an example. Just imagine if the Creator has a person that he has doing the will, right? And he have his servant, which is that person, doing his will. He have a servant, right? What's up, Sakar? Glad to see you, bro. Hope you hang around. He has a servant, right? This servant is trying to warn certain people, friends, family, whoever they may be. He's trying to warn them because they're around each other. This certain individual or this certain friend decided to say, well, I ain't into that, but they was coming around you, they're listening, and they beginning to take it, but they said, no, I'm just going to go I got other things coming up, this and that, In a sense, that's like turning your back on the Creator. In a sense, it's like turning your back on, because it's not the servant of the Creator, it's the Creator that's trying to show you and guide you, but whoever you may be, trying to show you and guide you, but then you're turning your back to him. So then all of a sudden, now these things start to happen. You don't know why. You don't understand why these things are happening, why these things are going on. Or you know that you're a good person, you try to help people, and you try to build, right? There you go right there. Matter of fact, I'm going to read down to it. And like I said, the Creator has people. You may not even know that these certain people are of the Creator, but it's just that he's trying to tell you, and the person giving you good sound wisdom. I put it like that. This individual that you are around, or that y'all are around each other, and he's trying to give you sound wisdom, sound information, stuff that you know that's right, but you turning your back on him. But it's the Creator that's trying to get you because he loves you. You don't even know, because just like right now, let's hypothetically, these Christians out here, right? The Creator is trying to put a word in their ear. He's trying to get their attention. Now, I don't want to hear that. I don't. But then you try to, no different than my wife. My wife was a devout Christian at one time. At one time. The Creator brought her out. That was spiritual, the way the Creator brought her out. She could try to go to church and couldn't go. She couldn't even get out the door. She got in the car, got out the door, got in the car, got dressed to go to church, and had to turn back around. Because she was done with church. Her spirit, the spirit upon her was done with the churches that she was going to. Her spirit was done with that. But she didn't know and understand. She thought it was the devil, but she didn't understand. She was out, I guess, had to get out of her system. Then she said 2 years later, I came along. I started to show her certain things, give her information, let her understand on things on a different scale than other people or churches or whatever you want to call it. So I just started to show her certain things just to see for herself. She started to see, and she accept, because it was in the word. It wasn't me. I gave her the word, what the word said, and I broke it down and I showed her. She accepted what the word was saying. And she's been good ever since. And we got together. I told her, I said, you the one. Because I see she wasn't about religion. She wasn't about my pastor. She wasn't about my church. She was about what the word say. And when I showed it to her and didn't explain it to her, she picked it up. So, but other people, let's just say for the class I got, right, that I'm doing. People come, people go. People come, people go. A lot of time the people come, and when the people go, they start to experience some things that they be like, man, they going through certain things now. Matter of fact, some people can be around people that is a part of the community. I'm just gonna say the creators community, because this is the creators community, which is whether if it's indexed or if it's in your private office. Some people can be around them, and the other one they'll leave, and then there's certain things will start to happen. I know one individual, you know, I'm not gonna say no names, but I don't try to put names out there. I know one individual when it came to the indexing, before we even got to our sovereign status, we was indexing, and we shared everything about the indexing into this one individual, right? This certain person, they were listening to, oh, okay, yeah, went and got indexed by somebody else. And I'm just gonna say now, I'm just sharing what you're happening. I'm glad he got indexed, but the fact is, it was always controversy with me mostly. I'll say me and my wife, but mainly with me. I'm just that person people love to hate. Don't know why. But it was always controversy with me every time something came about. So when she got indexed, now she's one to start asking questions about this. You know, people always try to find something wrong with something. People actually do that. And a lot of y'all understand where I'm coming from. So she's trying to find something wrong. So she asked me a question. I said, well, why don't you go back to the person who indexed you? You asking me all these questions. I gave you the information in the beginning. We didn't help you get indexed, which all we do is help. We don't index them. We help them get indexed. So we had the information and everything for you. You went somewhere else to this other friend of ours. You know, it's a friend. No jealousy there. But the fact is, you're questioning me about stuff, and you trying to come at me about everything. I said, well, why don't you go back to the person who indexed you? Why don't you ask them? You know what I'm saying? It happened to be years ago when it came to alkaline water machine. I was trying to sell alkaline water when I was in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? To a certain business, big business. They didn't. Whoever the person of the kitchen didn't want to get it from me, got it from somebody else. They done sold the machine to them. They gone. I'm around all the time. I come eat there and chill with friends and family and just really friends and stuff, because I don't really have too much family, but I did have some family out there, but we went around each other like that when it comes to that restaurant. But the fact I'm talking about is that now I'm there. They asking me, because I'm good with what I know. They're asking me to come now. They want to know about the machine and this and that. I said, why don't y'all? Where's the person who sold you the machine? We can't get in contact with them. This and that. I said, well, why y'all asking me? Because when I tried, I'm trying to sell the machine to you. I'm trying to sell the machine. You didn't even want to take the machine from me. I didn't tell them that, but that was my thoughts. You don't want to take the machine from me, but you asked me all these questions and stuff like that. And that's what I'm talking about. Chastise those who he loves. You know what I'm saying? Because people will do you wrong and then try to come back. And like I said, certain things happen with me in many different ways and many different times. But yet and still, like I said, if you are a servant of the Creator and you go through certain things because you turned your back not only on him, you turned your back really on the Creator, because the Creator is giving you everything through these certain people. A lot of people don't understand that. So by people going through certain things in their life, the Creator is trying to get your attention. A lot of people don't even understand the Creator is trying to get your attention. And a lot of time, when you turn from him, you're going to go through something. Baby, I'm glad you was able to tune in, glad you decided to tune in tonight. But like I'm saying, I just got through talking about you when you couldn't get to church, when you was trying to go to church and the Spirit wouldn't let you go. The Creator chastised those who he loved, and he gets their attention. So it's going to be many things that we go through, and there's going to be a lot of things y'all going to see people go through. Like I said, it was a lot of people that went to jail for we would think no reason at all. But we got to remember, everything is of the Creator. Some things we think is bad, it could be worse. Many things we think is bad could be a whole lot worse. We don't know it. We only know where we at. You know what I'm saying? So what I wanted to share with you right here in Deuteronomy chapter 8. I'm going to start right here. I'm going down to 6. I'm going down to 6, but I'm going to start at 3. I'm going to start at 3. I'm right on down to 6. This is Deuteronomy chapter 8, verse 3 through 6. And it states, and he humbled thee and suffered thee to hunger and fed thee with manna, which thou... Oh, well, let me start at 2. Matter of fact, since we are here, might we'll go start at 1. I'll start at 1. Chapter 8. A good land to be possessed, right? That's what the title is. But listen to what's being said. You got to understand what's being said. Verse 1. This is Deuteronomy chapter 8, verse 1. And it says, all the commandments which I command thee, that was my boy Cephas always look, all, you can do all. All the commandments which I command thee this day shall be observed to do. You see, observe. What do observe mean? People, I was just telling this other sister in our community. You got to look at all the words. Don't look at one word and just let it stand out of it. Look at what's the concept of the conversation. Some people hear all this and that. Oh, man. I was going to say, I'm going to leave that alone. But all the commandments which I command thee this day shall ye, the key here is observe. What does it mean to observe something? Search out, seek out, look and see, check it out. See, my boy, that I'm not gonna put his name on here, but if he was here, I would. But if he was saying something like he was once before, I would. But you can't do all the commandments. The key here is observe. Says, all the commandments which I command thee this day shall be observed to do. Observe to do. That means you got to look it up, observe them, understand them. That boy, people just, they you can find the wise. People so wise, they become fools. That ye may live. You see,
All the commandments which I command thee this day shall be observed to do, that ye may live. You see, that's another key in that same verse or in that sentence. That ye may live. You see what I'm saying? It says, observe to do, that ye may live. That's a sentence within itself. Now, what you're doing is bringing a curse upon yourself. You can't do all. You see? What does that sound like? The opposite of what's being said here. You're bringing a curse upon yourself. And a lot of people in the cursing don't even realize it. They think they're doing good and don't realize they're going deeper in hell. A lot of people do that and they don't even realize it. It's a trip. They think they're doing right and doing wrong at the same time. In their mind, they're doing right, but they going to hell. They going in hell deeper. Shall I say, they digging themselves deeper because they're not observing what's being said. Then it says right here, and thou shalt utter, let me say, like it, man, where I'm at, right here. All the commandments which I command thee this day, ye shall observe to do, that ye may live and multiply. You see that? Live and multiply, and go in and possess the land which Yah swear unto your fathers. Okay, listen to what it says. Listen to how it says. See, it's too busy talking about in the land, right? Listen to what it says. All the commandments which I command thee this day. They weren't even in the land yet, right? Listen to what's being said. This day shall ye observe to do. They ain't in the land. They still in the wilderness. You see, whoever's been teaching him, they don't understand words. They're too busy picking and choosing what they want to see. But look at what the word is saying. This day they was still in the wilderness. They hadn't even went into the land yet. Ye shall observe to do, that ye may live. The key is you're going to do all this and you're going to observe to do it, that you can live. And multiply. See, and multiply. He said, do all this. Then it says, and go into the, and go. Let me come back over here. I'm at the end. May live and multiply, and go in and possess the land which Yah swear unto your fathers. They weren't even in the land yet. You must observe to do right where you are. You see what I'm saying? Now, this brother missed all that. This brother missed that whole, in that first sentence, Deuteronomy 8:1, missed that whole conversation. Or he's worried about you can't do all the land in all the commandments in the unclean land. They weren't even in the land yet. And it's talking, that's what I mean by people don't study, they don't understand what the words are being said. And we ain't got down to 6 yet. But look at what's being said. I'm giving you an understanding. Verse 2. And thou shalt remember, and thou shalt remember all the way which Yah thy father led thee these 40 years in the wilderness, to humble thee and to prove thee. Key word, prove. He keep telling you, want to prove you. To prove thee, to know what was in thine heart. He tested you in the wilderness. He tested you in the wilderness to see what was in your heart. He's telling you right there. People do not study to read, to understand. They just read words and see what's in their face. They don't study to understand. They read to see what's there. Because they're really trying to see, they understand what's being said. To know what was in thine heart, whether thou wouldest keep his commandments. There you go, right. That right there told on. That told on them. That's giving you flat out right what it's saying right there. Well, I'm glad I started at 1. I was going to start at 3, but I'm glad I started at 1. Man, this is so much. That's what I'm saying. It's jewels here people can't see. I see, baby. Like them hearts. Whether thou would keep his commandments or no, which you are not. Verse 3. And he humbled thee and suffered thee to hunger and fed thee with manna, which thou knewest not, neither did thy fathers know. Y'all didn't know, nor your fathers knew what it was, but I fed you. I fed you. right? That he might make thee know, check this out, that he might make you know that man doeth not live by bread only. This is right here is in Matthew 4. Excuse me, in Matthew chapter 4. This is right here. It is written, right here. That he might make thee know that man doeth not live by bread only, but by every. But now you got to study every word to understand what he's saying. Because a lot of people don't know what he's actually saying. That he might make thee know that man doeth not live by bread only, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of Yah doeth man live. How does it come out of the mouth of the Creator? When the Creator uses his ambassador, whoever, a prophet, servant, ambassador, no different is coming from this word right here. It's coming from the ambassador, coming out the ambassador's mouth, but it's coming from the Creator. The Creator speaking through the ambassador to give the word that people need to hear. That's his word. But by every word that proceeded out of the mouth of Yah. These are the Creator's word, not the person that the Creator sent. And this is what people fail to realize. 4. Thy raiment waxed not old upon thee, neither did thy foot swell these 40 years. Nobody got gout. Nobody got sick. For the ones got bit by snakes, you had to look up and Father had you do a certain thing because his presence was among you at that time. I wasn't doing it on anything that you wanted to do. He had the leader tell you what to do, and y'all did what the leader said because the leader was the one that the Creator was speaking to through, which was Moses. And then he set up a priesthood, which we all know that was the Levites. Aaron was the head. So, now verse 5. Thou shalt also consider in thine heart. Check this out. This is the reason why we're talking right now. Thou shalt also consider in thine heart, which is in your mind, that as a man chasten his son, which is chastiseth his son, so Yah thy father chastise thee. See, a lot of people don't know. They think that if they ain't getting whooped, well, what's wrong? No. If you doing something wrong, if you ain't in your proper manner, if you ain't in your proper order, that's when the chastisement comes. As long, listen, a man ain't going to chastise his son for something that he ain't do. That's why this Jesus thing don't make sense. He came and died for the sins of the world, but he was innocent. This right here don't even say that. This don't say that. This right here even tells you, verse 5, thou shalt also consider in thine heart that as a man chasten his son, so that Yah thy father chastising thee. That's if you're not doing what you're supposed to do and if you're in the wrong. He's not going to chastise you for nothing. Unless he's showing like he did the prophets. He showed them certain things. He showed the people certain things in that time because the prophet had to bear what was going to happen in that time. Now, they were showing because these were prophecies. He wrote the stuff down. He told the people what was going to happen. Many prophets came and just told, and they wouldn't listen. So now, Ezekiel, for instance, he had to lay on one side for 40 days. He had to lay on another side for 190, I believe it was. Or how many days it was. But the whole point is, to me, I'm seeing that as prophecy and stuff that went on today with us as a people. See what I'm saying? It's a lot of stuff that didn't happen to the prophets that people don't even understand because they was being an example and signs for the people. Signs for us today. But today when y'all going through something, it's not for nothing. It's because you're not turning to them. You're not turning to them. So these right here, as he said, so Yah thy father chastises thee. Thou shalt also consider in thine heart that as a man chastise his son, so Yah thy father chastise thee. 6. Therefore thou shalt keep the commandments of Yah thy father to walk in his ways and to fear him. Right? That's what he said, period. Then he said, for Yah thy father bringeth thee into bringeth. They ain't in the land yet. We got a lot of people who use excuses. Oh, they'll do some of the law. Oh, I don't eat pork. Oh, they don't want to do that. That's something they don't want to do because they know it's in the book. I don't eat pork. Oh, but they can not work on the Sabbath, but I gotta make my way in the enemy land. So I gotta make this money. That's the excuse. Excuses. On the Sabbath day. People don't know and they don't realize, just as the Creator allowed you to grow and build your empire, just as fast as you got it, it can fall just the same. And I don't wish nothing bad on nobody, but I'm trying to let people understand the Creator's chastisement is going to come upon those in this day and time because the 400 years is up. 400 years is gone. The pestilence, which is the chastisement, or shall I say, the judgment after the 400 years. And just to let you understand that, before I really get into one of the examples I want to show you. I want to show y'all a chastisement. And I'm also going to show you how when a person gets chastised and when they realize they're getting chastised, how they're going to turn and they're going to do more than they thought. Chastisement will whoop you so good, you'll be like, okay, man, let me do this. Like it or not, you're going to do a whole lot more after that chastisement, after recognizing the chastisement. Let me say that. After recognizing the chastisement, you're going to get a whole lot. You don't get right then, you recognize it. You either going to go full-fledged and on the Creator's way, or you're going to still try to fight and get tore up. It all depends. And then you might get left. He might just, if you that stubborn that you want to be a bastard. And to me, a bastard is not, I ain't going to talk about the ones out of wedlock, because to me, marriage is when two people come together. Now, if a man get with a whore and he has a baby by a whore and she's not his, that son I would consider to say is a bastard, because that's not a part of his family. He may be somebody that don't even know who his father is. That would be, I call it bastard. But if a man is taking care of one or two or three women, if they are together, they're still of his lineage. But if it's a child that don't know who her father is, not saying that the man probably died off or something like that, she knew who the husband was, but if she out there being a whore, might as well say, and he being a whoremonger, they got together, she got pregnant. I would consider that, I'm not going to call it that, but I would consider that being a bastard. But the other bastard is not keeping the Creator's will. Anybody who is not keeping the Creator's will and his laws and going against them is a bastard to the Creator. Yeah, a bastard. That's the number one, as far as I'm concerned. That's the number one bastard. Those who choose not to follow the Creator's will, ways, statutes, and his laws, turning from them. Especially the ones who the Creator is calling and he has an anointing, or either has a calling for them, because they had anointing. If they had anointing on them, I believe that he would either get rid of them just so they don't go in the wrong way, because that's my thoughts. Now, I ain't telling you, I can't speak outside. I'm going to give you thoughts, my thoughts on that. But I am going to share with you that, as verse 5, 8 and 5 again says, thou shalt consider in thine heart that as a man chastiseth his son, so Yah thy father chastises thee. And this has been people that I know right now that has did a turnaround from the stuff that they know that's right, and they decide to just go their own way, and they getting whooped for it. And there's some people I don't know they're going through certain things, but I know they're going through certain things because I just know they're getting whooped. I'm just being straight up. But the point is, for those who will, let them come. For those who won't, let them don't. That's on you. You get whooped, that's on you. So, now, I got that. I wanted to make sure I got that chastisement. I might use that again in part 2 just to start everything off with. But guess the reason why one of the reasons why I came to that conclusion, or the conclusion of this story, is a very famous man. I'm not going to go through the whole story, but I'm going to give certain points. Here we go, right here. All right. Right here. The fact, we go with chapter 1. We go in chapter 1. I'm going to give a little bit of information in chapter 1. Jonah. Y'all remember Jonah, right? Y'all remember Jonah. Jonah was the creator's servant. He was a prophet. He was the creator's servant. Now I'm gonna tell you, I ain't been in Jonah. I can't remember the last time I actually read it. I have read it years ago, but I hadn't gotten into it. But it came to me today. It came as I was talking to these friends, and that popped in my mind. Jonah, remember what happened with Jonah? And y'all remember? Well, let's get into the story. I'm only gonna give a little bit, then we're gonna come back. Where we at right now? We got 40-something minutes in. We're gonna go ahead and do a little bit of the story. Oh man, shoot, just the first 5 verses. Let's check this out. Jonah chapter 1, Jonah's commission. Jonah is commissioned. He's commissioned. Verse 1. Now the word of Yah came to Jonah, the son of Amittai. I may be saying it wrong. The son of Amittai, saying, arise. Now the word of Yah came to Jonah. See that? He was a prophet. The creator spoke to him. Now the word of Yah came to Jonah, the son of Amittai, saying, arise, go to Nineveh, that great city, and cry against it, for their wickedness is come up before me. Now see, the creator told him this is what the creator told him to do. No different than, like I was sharing, I'm giving you examples, as I always do. No different than if I'm trying to share information with people, or we're talking, or somebody's trying to share somebody, or you're not supposed to be around certain people. But right now, the creator talking to you, he's getting his attention. People getting their attention, right? People's attention is being caught. So, against it, for their wickedness has come up before me. Jonah flees from Yah, verse 3. But Jonah rose up to flee unto Tarshish, from the presence of Yah, and went down to Joppa. And he found a ship going to Tarshish. So he paid the fare thereof and went down into it to go with them unto Tarshish from the presence of Yah. Now, how you can run from Yah? How can you run from the Creator? The Creator is a part of you. He's within you. Your breath of life. So, don't know if he understood that or not, but according to what I'm sharing with you, I'm giving you a better understanding of the presence of the Father and where he dwelled. He was a prophet, but he gonna try to get up and run. He told him to get up and go to Nineveh because the wickedness has come up before me. He gonna try to run, right? So he gonna try to run from the presence of the Creator, which is with you at all times. And you know what it was? A lot of times the Creator don't be with you at all times. He be with you, but he don't always speak at all times. When he speak at certain times. That's why a lot of people think that, oh, God talking here, God talking to me this. Every few minutes, God said this, God said that, God. I know somebody that they was doing that. I know somebody personally that always talking about God said this. He's talking to a person. I ain't never seen in the scripture where he talked to someone every day. I ain't never seen it. Not every day like that. Now you can read the scripture and think that, but I ain't seen it. So that's why he was trying to run, because the Creator wasn't talking to him all the time. So I guess he thought the Creator was in a certain area. So I guess he's gonna try to run in a different area in the world, thinking that the Father ain't there. The storm at sea, verse 4. But Yah sent out a great wind into the sea. Let me hit 3 one more time so we can run into it. But Jonah rose up and flee from Tarshish unto Tarshish from the presence of Yah, and went down to Joppa, and he found a ship going to Tarshish. So he paid the fare thereof and went down into it to go with them unto Tarshish from the presence of Yah. Verse 4, the storm at sea. Verse 4, but Yah sent out a great wind into the sea, and there was a mighty tempest in the sea. I mean, that mud was rocking back and forth. In the tempest in the sea, so that the ship was like to be broken. That was hard. So that the ship was like to be broken. Then the mariners were afraid and cried every man unto his God. Then the mariners were afraid and cried every man unto his God, and cast forth the wares that were in the ship into the sea, and cast forth the wares that were in the ship into the sea, to lighten it of them, mainly to lighten the ship, because they didn't want the ship to go down. But Jonah was going down into the sides of the ship, and he lay and was fast asleep. That means he had to be sleeping hard. Think about somebody, the ship is going like that and about to be broken, and you sleep. You're a hard sleeper. Think about it. 6. So the shipmaster came to him and said unto him, What meanest thou, O sleeper? Arise, call upon thy God. If so be that God will think upon us, that we perish not, that he will think upon us that we perish not. So somebody's God got to work. I don't know who it is. Y'all call upon y'all. Everybody knew it was God. Every nation and nationality worships something, even though the creator, Israel created is the creator of all the earth and of all things. That's Israel's. Verse 7. And they said every one to his fellow, Come and let us cast lots, that we may know for whose cause this evil is upon us. So they cast lot, and the lot fell upon Jonah. You see that? Y'all see that? Now, if they cast lot, now these are other nations now. I don't know if we're supposed to do that. I don't know. Other nations cast lots. You see, they cast lot. They weren't Israelites. See what I'm saying? Some people say, oh man, we could do this. And they'll pick up stuff that they're not supposed to pick up, because I don't know if this is, like I said, me, myself, a lot of people do tarot cards. A lot of people do dice and casting lots and stuff like that. Me, and what I believe and what I come to feel, because I can't tell you if it's fact, but I can tell you what I think. What I think is, if it's not natural, you shouldn't do it. What I mean is, if the Father don't speak to you like he do the prophets, if the Father don't come straight to you and you give the information because thus said the Father come through you, I'm glad I caught that. Because some people would probably just read on through it and not realize the facts or the part behind it. So the fact that they cast lots and it fell on Jonah, that was their way of doing whatever they do of their nation. Don't mean that the Creator ain't still behind it, or that he don't. See, the Creator knows who his people is. And these other things that goes on, the Creator may know something about, but he know that they're ignorant to his word. We are like Moses. Israel is like Moses to the world. That's why we get whooped. A lot of people don't understand that. That's why he chastises those he loves. Israel is the ones that's really getting chastised. All these other people can do all the stuff they want to do. But Israel is the one that's getting chastised because you're the one that's his chosen. You're his son. Israel, as we just read in 8. Right? And Deuteronomy 8. But the lots fell on Jonah. Verse 8. Then said they unto him, Tell us, we pray thee, for whose cause this evil is upon us? For whose cause this evil is upon us? What is thine occupation? And whence comest thou? What is thy country? And of what people art thou? You see that? They're asking questions. They're trying to figure out, man, who is you? Where you from? Who your God? If the lots fell on him like that, man, who is you? 9. And he said unto them, I am a Hebrew, I fear Yah, the Father of heaven. There you go. The creator of heaven, which is heaven and earth, which have made the sea and the dry land. You see that? You see what he said? That's who we fear. The Father of heaven that has made the sea and the dry land, which is the heaven, the earth, and the sea within. Don't worship anything in heaven above, earth beneath, or the waters under the earth. Said it right there. That's the commandment. That's in the second commandment right there. That's who he feared. Then were the men exceedingly afraid. They was really scared then, and said unto him, why hast thou done this? For the men knew that he fled from the presence of Yah because he told them. He must have already had a conversation with some man. I'm trying to run from the creator, man. You know, he's trying to get me to do something. How many times I remember hearing in the past, man, I'm running from the creator. Creator trying to get me to do something. I'm running from it. I heard that when I was young. I said, man, these people talking about running from the creator? The creator trying to get them to do something, they running? That shocked me. I mean, I couldn't really even understand it, but I overheard people, elders, and they would say, man, he talking me running from God. He running from the creator. I'm like, ooh. I couldn't understand it. Verse 11. Then said they unto him, what shall we do unto thee that the sea may be calm unto us? For the sea wrought and was tempest. 12. And he said unto them, take me up and cast me forth into the sea. So shall the sea be calm unto you, for I know that for my sake this great tempest is upon you. See that? He put his up, but then again, he knew what to do. Take me up and just throw me over. So the creator said, this ain't gonna stop until they throw you over. He knew, they didn't know. Take me up and throw me over, then everything gonna stop. He said, tell them to take you up and throw you over. Everything gonna stop then. See what I'm saying? People don't understand the way things work. See, the creator talking to you in your mind, nobody can hear what's going on with. I'm a witness of that. I'm gonna tell you what I know. Not having anything to do anything bad, but the whole thing, if the creator is talking to you in your mind, giving you instruction or telling you something, nobody can hear what's being said to you. A lot of people don't understand how the creator work in here. That's how he work in here to the ones he's chosen to speak to. 13. Nevertheless, the men rowed hard to bring it to the land, but they could not, for the sea wrought and it was tempest against them. The father wasn't letting them go. No, y'all ain't going to the land. They didn't want to kill them. They didn't want to throw them over. Especially if they found out that he's supposed to be a child of the creator. They ain't, oh man, we want to kill you, man. We really get us then. That's probably what they thinking. 14. Wherefore they cried unto Yah and said, we beseech thee, O Yah. We beseech thee, let us not perish for this man's life. See, they ain't want to kill him because they're going to probably be killed. Let us not perish for this man's life, and lay not upon us innocent blood. See, don't lay upon us innocent blood because they didn't want to throw him over. They felt like he was running. For thou, O Yah, hast done us, for thou, O Lord, Yah, hast done as it pleased thee. Verse 15. For they took up Jonah and cast him forth into the sea, and the sea ceased from being raging. Then the men feared Yah exceedingly. They were really scared then. They said, man, you see how the sea stopped? They all probably got on their knees and prayed. Then the men feared Yah exceedingly and offered a sacrifice unto Yah and made vows. You see that? They offered a sacrifice right then and there and made vows. Don't know what the vows is unless it's coming up. Now Yah had prepared a great fish to swim. See, he had prepared already. Okay. See what I mean by preparation? I was talking about that a few days ago. Being prepared. I was just talking about that a few days ago. Now Yah had prepared a great fish to swallow up Jonah, and Jonah was in the belly of the fish 3 days and 3 nights. That's chapter 1. 3 days and 3 nights. Do y'all know that's where I used to fast? I used to fast. I wouldn't eat nothing or drink nothing for 3 days and 3 nights after I went through my spiritual awakening fast, which was I went 5 days straight. No eating, no drinking, seen things, felt things, and heard things the average man don't see, feel, and hear. I went through that. I can tell you what I know. And things happened after that. That's all I can tell y'all at this moment. But what we're going to do is we're going to come back with part 2 in a few moments. Yeah, we're going to come back right back with part 2. And we're going to start off where we start off in the early, because I want to let everybody understand Deuteronomy chapter 8. Deuteronomy chapter 8 is really serious. 1 through 6. We'll start back off with that because they need to hear this. And like I said, this so-called, I'm saying so-called brother, he's a brother. He done went ignorantly in the ways of of the ignorant. I'm saying like that. He done went ignorant in the ways of the ignorant, but he's a brother. So other than that, I'd just like to share with you that I am that Mikhael in Daniel chapter 12, verses 1 through 3. Yeah, that's me. Showing the holy people who they're really supposed to be. Waking them out of their dead beds, which is really in their heads. For all of you who living in the new, this is for you. I'm that same Mikhael in Revelations 12, battling that red dragon where Satan dwell, who deceiveth the whole world but prevaileth not, because the horn is blown without a doubt. This was prophesied for you to see that Mikhael is really me. We getting ready to pause Zoom for part 1, and we'll be right back. And then we're going to end part 1 with Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. And then we're going to come back with them with part 2. But you will be Zoom. You're going to be the full version. So we'll be right back. I thank you for your time, your patience, your listening there, your seeing now. Glad you're here with me, baby. I don't know if you're listening or not, but I'm glad you're at least seeing. Peace.
Recording stopped.
All right. And
Recording has stopped.
okay.
I'm here.
Okay, baby. I hear you. All right, everyone. Now, just to share with you, to start everything off, tomorrow in the Rising, we have Introduction to Sovereign Class of Knowledge. That's in the Rising tomorrow, which is at 7:30 a.m. And then we have 9 o'clock p.m., which is that after tomorrow day, which is tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, same time as tonight, when we started. We'll start at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time or 9 p.m. Eastern Time with Sovereign Class of Knowledge. And there we'll be sharing information that's private. That's our only private class, which is on Zoom only. It's on Zoom only. You're welcome to come if you're interested. If you text me your name, number, and email, I'll text and email you back my price list, my links, and my price list, my links, and all my flavors of my alkaline water and alkaline teas, if you'd like to know that information. So you can text me your name, number, and email for the alkaline water and teas, which just popped up. As you can see, this is my my business shirt. The alkaline water, alkaline teas, if you'd like no more information about that, or if you're interested in coming to the sovereign classes, that's what I was talking about. The sovereign classes is 7:30 a.m. Eastern or 9 p.m. Eastern tomorrow, which is Tuesday, what we call Tuesday only. And once you text me, just text me that you'd like no more information about the alkaline water and teas, or you can text me about the alkaline water, the sovereign classes. Once you text me, I'm send information to you. I will text and send information to you in your email, and you will accept all the 5 classes, which I say really 4 dates, but 5, which is 2 of them is on one day, which is like I just shared with you on Tuesday. And I'm about to give you those right now in a few moments. But Tuesdays is private. We're not open for public, which is YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. We're not on those on Tuesday. We're on Zoom and Zoom only because it's private class, right? So, like I said, we'll send you that information. You can text me at 770-572-5315. That's 770-572-5315. Or you can email me at lkh lkhymm@gmail.com. That's lkhymm@gmail.com. That's my email. Now, for my public, starting off this on the Sabbath day, we're here on Assembly of the Righteous, which is Sabbath, Assembly of the Righteous, every Sabbath, which is they call Saturday, but it's on the Sabbath at 12 p.m. noon. That's 12 p.m. Assembly of the Righteous, meaning that the righteous come because the Creator said keep His word, and we do not work on the Sabbath. So we come here at 12 p.m. noon, which is the beginning of the evening, and we're there until we're done with part 1 and part 2, and then I usually get some rest, but I may be starting to go to this congregation once I leave, and it depends on how late it is, and start checking the brothers out over there. It's a brother that I really like that was at an old congregation that I just stopped going to because the energy wasn't good. I'm just going to leave it at that. So that's on the Sabbath. On the first day of the week, which we call Sunday, on the first day of the week, we're here at 9 p.m. Eastern time. Don't forget, that was 12 p.m. noon Eastern on Assembly of the Righteous. This is on the Sabbath, on the day of Sunday, or the night, Sunday night, that is the night after Sunday, I like to say. The night after Sunday, we're here, and it's Fight Fire with Truth. It's Fight Fire with Truth, which is open conversation. It's open conversation. We're here on Zoom. Anybody that has the Zoom platform, they can come on. Those that I know, because we had some trollers come on here, and I end up placing something and got my YouTube terminated. So now I'm screening everybody to come through if I don't know you. But other than that, we're here on Sunday night after Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern. 9 p.m. Eastern at Fight Fire with Truth, which is open conversation. All right. Then we're here on like tonight. Tonight is what they call Monday, or the night after Monday, I like to say. Night after Monday, which is called Mikael's Knowledge of Truth. This is Mikael's Knowledge of Truth. We're here every night after Monday, which is another public. So from the Sabbath, Sunday, and on the quote unquote Mondays, as they call it, all those are public. But Tuesday, we have 2 of them that is private and private only. So now that's Mikael's Knowledge of Truth on night after Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern. All right, now those are my Zoom platforms. Now let me give you my opening platform or my public platforms, which is first and foremost, which is my YouTube and my X, formerly known as Twitter. My YouTube and my X, formerly known as Twitter, is under JuicePro33, which is spelled Juice altogether, PRO33. That's all together, all one word. JuicePro33. And they would try to, YouTube or Google would try to split it up. Juice Pro 30. No, it's all together one word. JuicePro33. That's on my YouTube, which you can like, subscribe, and share, or my X, formerly known as Twitter. All right. Now you can also catch me on Facebook. My Facebook is under Mikael Harris, which is spelled same as what we're looking at right here. MI'(CHAEL) space HARRIS. Again, that's MI'(CHAEL) space HARRIS. That's me on Facebook. Excuse me, y'all. It's me on Facebook. Now, if you'd like to catch me on Instagram and one of my TikToks, my Instagram and one of my TikToks is under Lkhyym_the Juice, which is spelled LKHYYM_THEJUICE. Again, that's LKHYYM_THEJUICE. All right, that's for my Instagram and one of my TikToks. Now, my other TikTok and my other YouTube, which you can like, subscribe, and share on as well. My other TikTok and my other YouTube is under Michael the Juice Harris, which is actually 4 words that are connected as one, all together as one word, which is spelled MICHAEL MichaeLTheJuiceHarris. Again, excuse me. That's MichaeLTheJuiceHarris. Meek is Michael the Juice Harris, and that's on my other TikTok and on my other YouTube. Put that in the search engine. Like, subscribe, and share as well. Now, last but not least, you can connect with me on rumble.com and patreon.com. That's rumble.com/LKHYYM. Again, rumble.com/LKHYYM. And also, you can catch me on Patreon, which is the longer versions from Zoom. I put these on those too. Longer is on patreon.com/LKHYYM. Again, that's patreon.com/LKHYYM. I'd like to thank y'all. Okay, we're about to go out. We're about to go. So, okay, we'll be right back with part 2 in a few moments. We did pause Zoom. Just wanted to make sure, because last time, okay, it's paused. We get ready to start back with you in a few moments. Matter of fact, let me do it before we get started. And we getting ready to say goodbye over here to Instagram. I'd like to thank you for your time, your patience, your listening ear, and your seeing eye. We'll be right back with part 2. Other than that, I appreciate, love you. See you soon and always. Peace. All right. All right. Now, over here on Facebook, I'd like to thank you, Brother Sakal, for coming through. I hope you're still watching. We'll be right back with part 2. I thank you for your time, your patience, your listening ear, and your seeing eye. Appreciate, love you. See you soon and always. Peace. All right. Now, over here on YouTube Live, I'd like to thank you for your time, your patience, your listening ear, and your seeing eye. Appreciate, love you. See you soon and always. Peace.